Call of Dragons launches soon, and I've been getting asked a lot whether I'm going to play it, whether I think it's a good game, have I got any tips for it, and I've downloaded it and had a look, and my goodness, it's hugely close to Rise of Kingdoms. It's almost so close to Rise of Kingdoms that I know what the next build time is for the Center Fortress before it comes up, because it's following the same mechanics are being followed. I know where all the buttons are already, so it's incredibly close to Rise of Kingdoms. Obviously, it looks like it's got a really interesting player versus environment Bear Moth's bit here, which I have to admit does look awesome. And I wish we had something like this in Rise of Kingdoms. I mean, we kind of do, but it comes as a regular event where then you fight a boss, but you're not doing it with your alliance. I mean, the mechanics of the game just look so close. And, I mean, I don't know if I want to learn this game. It was so brutal learning Rise of Kingdoms and I haven't really touched the end game of Rise of Kingdoms yet. There's still a lot more there for me. And I don't know where they got the feedback that we wanted commanders to look more cartoony, but I'm not impressed by that element of the game. I mean, Minamoto looks absolutely awesome. Minamoto looks like he could kill you in 2 seconds, where, frankly, this girl looks slightly drunk, or she's had a really rough night out, or she's crying about something. And also, it's clearly the witch from AFK Arena, and they've just rejigged her and tidied her up a bit. So I'm not impressed there. I'm going to be honest, I'm not impressed with many of the commanders of how they look. I mean, they look... I don't know. I mean, World of Warcraft managed to make, orcs and look, the creatures looked awesome. Or menacing, or like they could fight, where... I mean, there's the weapon that's from from World of Warcraft, the rogue legendary one. I mean, they're just too cartoony. I don't need an angel. Somehow, I know that we've got that skill damage in Rise of Kingdoms is basically magic damage, but I don't know if I was looking to play a game that looked like this. I mean, this guy just looks... I mean, I'm not too impressed. I think they've misjudged it a little bit, but I know it will appeal to some players, or if you're more into the 3D aspect of this game. But remember, because of my age, I was brought up on games like Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun, and all that genre of free-to-movement strategy games. So that's how I'm happy with the way Rise of Kingdoms looks. I don't need this 3D map. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice, but I think there's just so much more they could do for Rise of Kingdoms without having to just put a new skin on it. It's so close, it's not enough difference for me. Maybe I'm being unfair, maybe I need to play a lot longer, but as a free-to-play player, that's a huge commitment. And I don't have that time to give at the moment. I'd rather give it to Rise of Kingdom still. And let's just create a legion here. Obviously, though, I say the mechanics are nicely abusable, of course. So rather than attacking barbarians, you can initiate a combat using the relic weapon. Oh, I only got one there. I was trying to get 3. You certainly can all get a lot of barbarians around your city because they move so fast and move slightly out of range then back into range. But say there's not enough here for me to start playing. For all those people that follow me that have their own YouTube channel, though, you've got to get in there quick because the creator program is open and the applications, you can put it in applications. I think it closes quite soon, though. This would explain obviously why all the big YouTubers from the rock community are making lots of Call of Dragons content at the moment. Obviously trying to get their foot in the door, and good luck to them, especially those that have the time to play it. But I mean, I don't want to be unfair to this game. It looks lovely, but I didn't need it to be a cartoony game. And I can't help thinking what the rise of the Call of Dragons community are asking for in terms of content. this isn't really answering what they want. But remember, it's not aimed at me. They're not aiming this, I guess, at men my age. But I mean, I would. I could certainly spend £170 on Minamoto, but I don't know if I want to spend a huge amount of money on some hero looks like this. I think it's a mistake. But I say, I'm not the expert on mobile games. If this is what people want, or if this is what appeals to players, then that's brilliant. That's up to them. But as you say, some of these commanders to me look a little special. I don't think they've done an awesome job. I mean, if you were to think of, say, an Orc Warrior from World of Warcraft in full Tier 1 Molten Core epics, he just looked awesome. At the same time as being cartoony, he looked awesome. Where this guy looks like he looks a bit special, that he needs help getting dressed. And that, to me, is not a good sign. So, to recap, I will not be making content for this game at the moment. It's not different enough for me to move on to it. I would love to start a new game or find a new game with a really strong free-to-play element where I could make tips, or really strong where the strategy is so deep that there is room for expert free-to-play players. Where I can't help feeling that I'm just going to be making videos that are so close to what I already make, but just for this game, it's not worth my time. So, for me, it's a no at the moment. But if you basically want to play Rise of Kingdoms and it look like this, with a few extra features, well, go for it. But what you've got to remember, though, is a major part of Rise of Kingdoms, or the reason I play Rise of Kingdoms, was it was the community that drew me in. That you could join an alliance that was a low alliance, and it would have active people that talked in it. Where I've played 20 or 30 different mobile games where every alliance I join, nobody talks. There is no community. And Rise of Kingdoms somehow just got that right. And remember, to have one Kraken, you need 100 whales, because it's competition that makes Krakens. And I hope they're able to reproduce it here, but why you would leave Rise of Warcraft and drop 100k in this game, I have no idea. But as I say, I don't want to give up a game that I feel I've got some skills at. To be an amateur at this game, start from scratch. And of course, when you're an amateur, it's so brutal going up against the pay-to-play players that I just can't face it. Also, and I'm going to say it again, I don't need my game to look like this. I'd love Rise of Kingdoms to look a little sharper, but I can't help feeling that is this game going to be able to handle huge battles? I mean, the 2D Rise of Rise of Kingdoms can't. I'd be surprised if this can. But anyhow, that's my thoughts. So it just feels like a bit of a cash in. It's too close to Rise of Kingdoms for me to change to this game. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody. Good luck if you do start this. Let me know how it's going. And I will just plough on with Rise of Kingdoms. Thanks for watching.